Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 14 of the Epic Summer of Makealongs vlog. Not much to report on what I've knitted this week, although I have done some new stuff. Well, sort of new stuff. I did get a couple rounds knit on my shark socks, but like nothing worth showing you. It was literally like 2 rounds. So I recently discovered I can actually knit while I'm on the treadmill, so that's really exciting. I'm going to get so many steps in. I think it's probably, from experience, better if I knit something that's a bigger gauge than socks, though, just because it's a little easier. I have some hats planned in the immediate future because, it's not like I have so many works in progress that I should be working on instead. I'm not working on a sweater while I'm on the treadmill. Anyway, I'm gonna have like a whole category of these are my treadmill projects. I did finish those gloves that I had started. My beautiful baleen needle gloves. Pretty excited about these because what I want to do with them. Okay, so these were adapted from free pattern I found on Ravelry. I totally changed the numbers to suit my own preference. Didn't really follow the pattern at all. Also, the pattern called for them to be done on Magic Loop, and since I was using DPNs, I was like, okay, let's figure out a different way to do this. So, anyway, they're super duper fun, cozy. What I want to do is I want to put because I do have a little bit of leftover yarn, I want to knit a big bow for each one and then get like really obnoxious rhinestone buttons to put in the middle of each bow just to like bling them out a little because why not? I like having fun with my knits. So anyway, I'm surprised that my cat hasn't decided to join us yet. Usually she's very, are you talking to somebody who isn't me? Then she has to come investigate. I also... okay, well, I didn't work on my white sparkly thing because for those of you who don't know, which is probably nobody, but let me just reiterate. So I dropped 9 new yarns this past week, and then another 3 today. So this entire frickin' week has basically been just swatch knitting, swatch. Like I must have knit the equivalent of. Well, actually, I knit the equivalent of 2 blankets for Groucho this week, so there was not really a whole lot of other knitting that I was doing. The Memento Mori collection is out. The 10th yarn dropped today. There wasn't going to be a 10th yarn, but I could not help myself. There wasn't going to be 9 yarns. I was like, oh, I'll do 2 yarns. I'll do like a dark gray, and I'll do something with the sad colors. And then the next thing you know, I just couldn't freaking help myself. So anyway, this one is just called Memento Mori. And it's the more subdued version of Prepare for Death and Follow Me. It's that one is the black one with the red, gold, green. This starts off toned. So this is a 2-cook process. Well, actually 3-cook process because the base color goes down, which is a grayish brown, and then it has to go into its own vat of black and get hung for a while so the black can strike properly. And then I sponge on the colors and it gets cooked a 3rd time. So it's labor intensive, but it's worth it. I think it's beautiful. Very, very interesting. So we also have, this month's art yarn. Very excited about this one. I will put a picture of the inspiration painting up when I edit the video. This is called La Vida y Bella. And I guess you could probably see the colors better back here. So what I was thinking about when I picked a painting for this month, so the painting is by artist Caroline Zimmerman. And it's actually a painting, apparently, of, if you've seen the movie Life is Beautiful, the villa in the movie is actually just up the road from her studio, and she painted it. And I just stumbled across this by accident. I was looking for paintings of Tuscany, because I feel like the colors that you associate with the Tuscan landscape, those beautiful golds and greens, but like the rich blue of the sky, I feel like that's kind of evocative of this time of the year when we're changing from summer to fall. And I wanted a painting that kind of captured that feeling and those colors. So I found this painting, fell in love with it, and was like, all right, let's do it. So I did it, and I think it came out absolutely beautifully. It's just kind of funny how I went from painting on canvas to dyeing yarn, and now I'm like painting on yarn. There's a lot of finger painting involved in this skein. Let's just put it that way. So anyway, but it's beautiful. It's fun to do. It's fun to knit with. You can see the swatches on Instagram or on the website. Beautiful, beautiful yarn. And now, last but not least, for the 3 new yarns I dropped today, we have The Lion, the Witch, and the Audacity of That Bitch. I'm sure it's a relatively common occurrence amongst us as humans that sometimes somebody will say or do something that is just so blatantly disrespectful or unself-aware or just absolutely uncalled for. And you're just like, the lion, the witch, and the audacity of that bitch. Like, who does she think she is? Or he, as the case may be. Men can be bitches, too. So anyway, this is mostly a blazing neon coral, and it moves through a bright blazing orange and then into this, like, absolutely neon laser lemon color. I'm pretty proud of it. I really love that neon coral color. I am a sucker for that color, especially in nail polish. Like, a good neon coral or a good neon red, I will always snap that up. So I think I'm probably going to make that neon coral its own color at some point, just because I love it so much. And I know it's, if we're doing things seasonally, it's a little late in the season, but, it's never a bad time for a pretty color, I guess. And in other news, okay, well, I can't show you the hats that I haven't started yet, but the yarns are together. They're sitting there talking to each other. They're in my stash. They're grouped together. They're caked up, and they're like, "Hey, buddy, we're gonna be friends forever now." I started. Okay, I'm gonna ask y'all's help for this. This is where I'm crowdsourcing brain cells because okay, I love Magic Loop, and I love doing things 2 at a time. That's why I do my socks 2 at a time. I always do my socks toe up, Magic Loop, same freaking formula every time. Totally boring, bland, short row heels. It's boring, but it works for me, and I can crank out the socks, and because I'm not like, I don't generally want my socks to be fancy because I'm hard on them. I said hard on them. I have a pair of boots that I love to wear, and I try not to wear my hand knit socks with them because they're pretty old. But they're not pretty old. Okay, so maybe they're like, let's say 7 years old. I've had them resoled twice, to fix the bottoms. But the insides of the boots, they're real leather. They're Durango boots. They just they're not gentle on socks. And I don't know if there's something I can do to the inside of the boot. This is not what I'm crowdsourcing brain cells for, but if anybody wants to chime in, like, totally feel free. The inside of the boot, like, the lining is, like, completely gone. Except for maybe, like, a hole in there. I don't know, maybe I should... It's kind of weird, like, I'm going to stick my hand in there and investigate, but whatever the heck is going on in there, it's not kind to hand knit socks at all. Specifically the heels. The rest of the foot, totally fine, but the heels, they just get wrecked every freaking time. So try not to wear my hand knit socks with the boots, but sometimes, you gotta just go to the grocery store really quick or whatever. And I don't know. What I am crowdsourcing brain cells on is, now I know how to cast on socks toe up directly onto the needles for Magic Loop. What I don't know is, now that I'm going to get really into knitting fingerless gloves again because I want to start selling them, because there's no way I'm going to keep all these freaking fingerless gloves. As much as I would love to have a delightful array of fingerless gloves, I'd probably rather have money so that I can buy things and maybe just keep a couple pairs for myself. I don't know. People are really into buying fingerless gloves apparently. So if you are a knitter looking to make some extra cash, like definitely think about that. So I started, this was a failed prototype for my Hulkamania yarn. I successfully have, I'm doing the magic loop thing 2 at a time. I had to start off on a DPN, so I cast the stitches on a DPN and then split them in half across 2 needles, and then did the second one the same way, but it was like really awkward to figure out because it was going to be backwards no matter what. So I transferred half the stitches on, transferred the other half on, they were aligned correctly, and then I had to transfer those back onto the DPN and then retransfer them back onto the magic loop needles the right way. Is there a way, I feel like I could probably Google this or whatever, but I don't really know what to ask. Is there a way to cast on something that is not sock toes on magic loop that you can do 2 at a time? Or does it always have to start on DPNs? Because I feel like it's always going to have to start on DPNs. And yeah, I'm just... Yeah, because I do the knitted cast on. Oh, here she comes. Okay, here she comes. Are you coming on up? No? Do you want to come say hi to everybody? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Okay, here she comes. Okay. Say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. I'm a little bum booga booga stretchy pant. She's a nutbag. Yeah, so I do the knitted cast on. If I was doing like the backward loop cast on, that I guess that wouldn't be an issue, but I don't like the backward loop cast on for a variety of reasons, as I'm sure many of you feel the same way, because it stretches out when you knit it and it gets really weird. Maybe there's a different cast on I should learn. I don't know. So if anybody can tell me if there is a way that you can cast on directly to something that is not sock toes onto the needles, I would be super duper stoked to hear about it. It's probably something super simple and I'm just dumb and I'm going to feel even dumber when you tell me about it, or it's impossible and I'm right, I'm going to have to start on DPNs forever. Either way, I am eager and anxious to have your advice and hear your thoughts. So these are definitely... I'm really excited about these. I think these are going to be a lot of fun. I don't think I'm going to keep them. Maybe I will. But regardless, they're going to be fun, and they're going to be fun to knit, and yada yada. Okay, so we are under 15 minutes again, which is super rad. I should be back to normal this week for Makeover Monday. Makeover Monday is Labor Day. Excuse me. Yeah, I guess there's not much else to say. So I will be back this week with Makeover Monday and Wildcard Wednesday. And I think, well, the last make-along to end is at the end of September, I think. The Make Orange Great Again ends at the end of September. However, I am nowhere near being close to starting my orange sweater yet. Hopefully that will change this week. I would really like to get this piece of hair out of my eye. And I would also really like to work on my Summer of Murder sweater, which obviously is not going to be done in time. So I don't remember when that one ends. I'll have to look it up. But chances are, well, I mean, I'm going to keep vlogging regardless of make-alongs, so I'm just going to have to change the name of this, I guess, to something else. So, yeah, something that is not summer-related because summer's almost over. Hallelujah, glory be. So, yeah, that's about it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Groucho says hi. What was that? Uh-huh. Okay. She loves you all. I love you all. And I will see you real soon. Okay, bye.